Hi everyone, it's good to see you again. I'm Mary Beth Morgan and this is Jimmy Moore, and we are pastors at St. Mark's United Methodist in Bloomington, and we are looking forward again to sharing another story today. This story, which is called Who is My Neighbor, actually is based on a story that is in the Bible, and it is a story that Jesus told. It was a parable. But this book is actually written by Amy Jill Levine, who is Jewish, and Jesus was Jewish. And she is a professor at a university, and she helps us learn more about the stories of Jesus, including writing this book. It was also written by Rabbi Sandy Sasso, and Rabbi Sasso is retired now, but was a rabbi in Indianapolis. And in churches, we often have pastors like Jimmy and I are. But in a synagogue, which is where those who are Jewish worship, a rabbi is the one who helps to lead worship in the synagogue. And we have met both of them, and they tell really wonderful stories. And the illustrator who did all the pictures for this book is Denise Turu. So the pictures in this book are really great. And so Jimmy is going to hold up the book so that you can see the pictures while I read the story about Who is My Neighbor. Once there was a town where only blues lived. There were navy, indigo, aqua, and sapphire, powder blue, and midnight blue. They planted irises and forget-me-nots and feasted on blueberries and blue cheese. They sailed on blue waters. Blue jays perched on branches, and brilliant blue cracker butterflies shimmered. The blues thought they were the coolest of colors. The yellows lived in a different town. There were gold and bronze, lemon and mustard, canary and pale yellow. They planted sunflowers and daffodils and feasted on bananas and butterscotch pudding. They traveled on yellow brick roads. Goldfinches perched on branches, and busy yellow jackets buzzed. The yellows thought they were the hottest colors. The blues and yellows didn't like each other very much. When the blues said, "Be careful of the yellows. We are better than they are. They are not our neighbors." One of the yellows said, "Be careful of the blues. We are better than they are. They are not our neighbors." For years, the blues said there was no such thing as a good yellow. And the yellows said there was no such thing as a good blue. One day, Midnight Blue put on his best blue helmet and got on his blue bike. He loved cruising under the bright blue sky and passing by the tranquil blue lakes, singing a bluegrass tune. Then out of the blue, someone passed so close that Midnight Blue lost his balance. Bump! Thump! Midnight Blue tumbled to the ground. His knees started to turn black and blue. Midnight Blue needed help. Along came Navy. Navy will help me, Midnight Blue thought. But Navy was afraid. She wondered, maybe somebody made Midnight Blue fall, and maybe that person is still around. So Navy pretended not to notice Midnight Blue. Midnight Blue was surprised. Why hadn't Navy stopped to help? After all, Navy was his neighbor. Along came Powder Blue. Powder Blue will help me, Midnight Blue thought. But Powder Blue wondered, did Midnight Blue get in a fight? Is that other person still around? He was afraid, so he pretended not to notice Midnight Blue. Midnight Blue was surprised. Why hadn't Powder Blue stopped either? After all, Powder Blue was his neighbor. And he thought, neither Navy or Powder Blue is true blue. Along came Lemon. Oh no, a yellow, thought Midnight Blue. A yellow will only make things worse. Maybe this yellow will steal my books. But Midnight Blue wasn't the only one that was scared. Lemon was worried about helping Blue. What if that Blue wanted to trick her? What if that Blue jumped up and took her bike? Maybe she should just hurry by. But Lemon didn't hurry by. She decided to help. She didn't steal his books. She picked them up. She lifted Midnight Blue from the dirt, handed him his helmet, and helped him get on the back of her bike. And then she took him to the doctor. While they waited, Lemon gave Midnight Blue butterscotch cookie. It was broken, but still delicious. Midnight Blue said, "You're a good yellow, not like the others." "Most yellows are good," Lemon said. "So are most blues," Midnight Blue said, and he smiled. He pulled out a small bag of blueberries and gave some to Lemon. They were a little squishy, but they were still yummy. When Dr. Gold came out, Midnight Blue was still a bit frightened. Dr. Gold was another yellow, but Dr. Gold smiled at him. She shined a light into his eyes, checked to make sure nothing was broken, and put a bandage on each knee. "Good as gold," said Dr. Gold. Midnight Blue turned to Lemon and said, "Thank you for helping me. I would like to be your friend." Lemon nodded. "Of course, good friend." When Midnight Blue returned to his town, he told all the Blues what happened. It was not at all what they expected to hear. He said Lemon did not pass by. Lemon did not look the other way. Lemon helped. And Dr. Gold did too. So the Blues thought, the yellows do not look like us or eat the same foods, but maybe the yellows could be our friends. When Lemon returned to her town, she told the yellows what had happened. It was not what they were expecting to hear. She said Midnight Blue wasn't mean at all. He was thankful. He shared his blueberries, so sweet. From now on, we are going to be friends. The yellows thought, "The blues do not know our songs or grow our plants, but maybe we can help the blues, and the blues can help us." From that time on, the blues and the yellows began to say, "Maybe we don't look alike or even live nearby. Perhaps we will like hearing new songs and tasting new foods. We might like making new friends. Maybe we can all help one another." "Maybe," said Midnight Blue. Lemon smiled. "Maybe, just maybe." So as I said at the beginning, this story is based on a story that Jesus told called the Good Samaritan. And it's called a parable. And when Jesus finished telling parables, he gave people time to think about what might that mean for them. So what do you think you might learn from this story? And what might it teach us about how we treat each other? Do you want to say goodbye to everybody for today?
Thanks for being with us. We're
so glad you're here.
Glad you joined us.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.